What's up guys, Gabriel Varga here. The other day I posted a video talking about how Glory went bankrupt, and it got me thinking that it would be fun and constructive to do a video, sort of a debate, let's call it up for debate, about what it takes for a fight promotion to be successful. Now, I am by no means an expert on running a business. I'm looking at this from a fan perspective and then from a fighter perspective. And I'd love you guys to jump in, throw in the comments below if you think I'm missing certain elements, but I'm gonna list out what I think are the key elements of success for a fight promotion, and most importantly, the things that Glory was missing that really stifled their growth as a promotion. All right, first up, super simple, seems very self-explanatory. Have the best fighters in the world and create stars out of them. Now, I bring this up because it's something that Glory lacked in the sense they initially, when they first started the promotion, had all the best fighters in the world. They were the #1 promotion just based on the talent they held. Now, bit by bit, they started to let those top fighters slip through their fingers, and that creates concern for the fans. They're going, okay, well, there's a Glory champion, but are they really champion? Is there somebody out there in one of the different promotions that can beat them? And that's not a good look when you want to be the #1 promotion in the world. Number two, as an elite fight promotion, you have to, not up for debate, you have to make the fans connect and care about the athletes. Or maybe not all the athletes, but some athletes in particular that'll make them come back time and time again. And one of the easiest ways to do this is have those behind the scenes training footage, that pre-fight drama that really builds up the anticipation of the fight and lets you get to know those fighters. And the people who've been best at it, in my opinion, were HBO with the 24/7s and UFC with their embeddeds. The vlogs, the embedded style vlogs, where they really get into people's face, you're getting connected with them, you feel like you know those fighters, and because of that, you're really wanting to see how they perform, see how they do in their upcoming event. You wouldn't miss it, right? Number three, as a promotion, you need to find your niche. Now, I think there's a general misconception, especially with Glory when they first started, that UFC just came out of nowhere and just all of a sudden was a global promotion. But if you look closely at UFC, you will notice that they started in 1993. They were in the States from 1993 till 1997 when they finally, for the first time, left the country and went to Japan. In 1998, they went to Brazil. In 2002, they went to England. In fact, it wasn't until 2012 when you really started to see them travel all over the world for their fight promotions. They started heading down to South America, they went up to Canada, they went all over Europe. You now will see them in China. They are now a global brand, but really at first they found their niche in North America, in specifically the US. So you do, as a promotion, really want to develop a niche. Find a spot where you are making money, where you are being successful. And for Glory, for instance, that would definitely be in Europe. I would say specifically, you want to go Holland, Germany, and France. Those events look busy, they look sold out. You go there time and time again, you sell out every time, you know you have a consistent brand that will sell, and then, and only then, do you start reaching out to perhaps, oh, we'll try an event in the States. But if it doesn't sell out, it doesn't matter because it's just one event out of, let's say, 5. So you want to keep the ball rolling, and I think finding your niche as a fight promotion is one of the mistakes that Glory made. They definitely did not find that niche, and they tried to be global way too soon and never really found somewhere where they could call home. Now, as a fight promotion, you have to have an easy way for fans to understand the rankings of the fighters and a very clear-cut way about who is getting title shots. Very frustrating as a fan, especially if you're connected to other athletes. If somebody jumps the slot of your favorite athlete to get a title shot and you're going, I have no idea why this happened, it makes no sense. And Glory tried to do that up front. They tried to have a ranking system, but it was all based on mathematics and numbers, and it made 0 sense. And I felt that I was a victim of that because I beat somebody and was still below them in the rankings because my points, these numbers that they randomly assigned to people, didn't add up and I hadn't surpassed him yet. But I'm going, I beat him, I should be ahead in the rankings. Fans don't like that. Fighters don't like that. It does not work. A ranking system is a must. And I noticed recently that ONE FC implemented a ranking system. Smart on their part. You have to have it, and you have to make it clear why people are getting title shots, and only deserving people are actually getting those title shots instead of just fan favorites. It creates a legitimacy for the promotion, and that's what you need. All right, another thing that elite fight promotions can do to have the trust of the fans and the fighters is to make sure that people who are getting into the promotion, those athletes who are getting signed, it's not based on any bias. And this was actually brought up when I did the recent video on Glory going bankrupt. Somebody was venting saying you could only really get in with that promotion if you were part of one of their gyms. It was almost, they used inbred, almost like they had their own little culture, and if you were outside it, you don't even bother thinking about getting into this promotion. And I've actually heard this before. They've actually told athletes in the past, you need to come and you need to train at this gym, because if you're not here, you're not going to get your shot. And I was very fortunate that that didn't happen to me. I was able to get into this promotion based on some good recommendations and them seeing I put in hard work and I'd won good fights. But when fans and fighters think everything is biased just based on a small collective group of people who are running the promotion, it again takes away the legitimacy of that promotion and hurts you. Another big factor, and this is something that seems like it would be so simple, such a easy thing to suggest, but you have to promote your events properly. And that doesn't mean throwing up old fights of the guys who are on the upcoming card. This means really showing what's changed about these fighters, how they feel about the upcoming event. There's so many little elements, and that's really where that pre-fight drama that I've quoted before really comes into play, like HBO 24/7s or UFC Embedded. That allows you to get in the fighters' lives. It allows you to know what they're feeling, what they're dealing with, and that's how you connect, and that's how you really promote the event. And you need to be reminding people constantly with these short little videos of what's coming, why they need to slot a time out of their day to be there and watch this and care about this. Because there are so many sports, there's so many fight sports, there's so much activity, so much happening in the world all the time now that people really need to care and really need to be reminded that this event is coming if they're going to put time aside to be there. All right, guys, next up, you have to make sure that you are keeping only successful fighters in the promotion. Now, if you're somebody like the UFC who has a very extensive roster, you can afford to have a few fighters who are batting 50-50 win-loss ratio. But because Glory did not have an extensive roster, they end up having guys who keep fighting over and over and over again. It becomes a little dull for the fans, and people start wondering, why is this guy still here? He's lost half his fights, and he's still getting rematches with these guys who are in the top 5, and it just raises the question, there's other people out there who deserve it better. Let's bring them in. It's not a good look, and I think it would need to change if you want to be the elite kickboxing or elite fight promotion. All right, guys, before I get to my final point, make sure you take a moment, write in the comments below, what else should an elite fight promotion do to be successful, to keep the fans always wanting to watch each event? And my final point, this is from the fighter's perspective, is you need to keep the athletes feeling like they're special, feeling like the promotion values them. Because when a fighter feels like he brings value to the promotion, he's going to put more in. Not necessarily in the ring or the cage. Most fighters will always give everything they have there. But outside, on camera, social media, all that kind of stuff, you want them really pushing the promotion, pushing the events that they're going to be fighting in. And you want their loyalty. You want to know that when the contract expires, they really want to stay with that promotion. And that's how I feel with Bellator. I go, you know what? I'd really like to stay with this promotion long term if it's possible. All right, guys, I'm about to lose my sunshine here. It's been moving all around on me, so I'm gonna sign off. If you haven't already, check out the rest of the channel, get subscribed. I'll see you back here soon for another video. And until then, as always, train hard.